Okay, so to finish off example 4, remember that we had a rectangular grid of 30 by 50. So we found the greatest common factor of 30 and 50 was 10. So each of these grid squares is represented by 10 by 10. So whether we're taking a look at square tiles or we're cutting blocks of cheese, okay, we're still going to have 15 because there's 15 of those 10 by 10 squares on our rectangular piece. Now, to close things off, we use Euclid's algorithm to find the GCF of two whole numbers. The steps are listed on your student page and must be followed enough times to get a zero remainder. With practice, this can be a quick method for finding the GCF. So let's use the steps to solve this problem. Kiana is creating a quilt made of square patches. The quilt is 48 inches in length and 36 inches in width. So what's the largest size of square length of each patch? So we divide the larger number by the smaller one, and what's the quotient? Okay, so in this case we have a quotient of 1. Okay, and we do our division algorithm, and we have a remainder of 12. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to divide that into the divisor. So we look at the divisor was 36. So now we're going to do 36 divided by the 12. Okay, so divide 36 by 12, and now we have a quotient of 3. Okay, and in this case, we continue dividing until the last remainder, until the remainder is 0. So in this case, we have a remainder of 0. So we know that the divisor here is the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor of 36 and 48 is 12. Okay, now, if you're watching this video, your exit ticket should already be done. So let's take a look at what happens on the exit ticket. So we're going to use Euclid's algorithm to find the greatest common factor of 45 and 75. So again, if you're watching this should already be done. So we're doing 75 divided by 45. Okay. Now we know that 45 times 2 is 90, which is too high, so in this case we're going to have a quotient of 1. Okay. And we get a remainder of 30. Okay. So now we bring our 30 over. Now we're dividing that into the old divisor of 45. So in this case we have one group of 30 that we can use. Okay. We get a remainder of 15. So now 15 becomes the divisor, and 30 becomes the dividend. Okay, we divide that, and we get a quotient of 2 and a remainder of 0. So now we have the greatest common factor of 45 and 75 is 15. Okay. If there's still time in class, you should now go to IXL and work on continuing to practice finding the greatest common factor.